Another Eminem album tracks ranked video. So recently Eminem released his second greatest hits album, Curtain Call 2, and you already know the spiel. I like Eminem, he's my favorite artist. I'm not a big fan of music except when it comes to Eminem. So listening to this album, this greatest hits album, and then revisiting all of Eminem's previous albums, it got me thinking. I've ranked all of his albums before, but I've never ranked the tracks on the album. So that's what I'm going to do. I started a series where I'm ranking all the tracks on each Eminem album, and today we're going to do a lot of people's favorite album. It's not mine. This is going to be a video that is going to spark some controversy because I am not the biggest fan of this album. It has some good tracks, but I don't hold this album in high regard like a lot of you do, and that would be the Slim Shady LP. It's good for its time, but this isn't the album that I started on, so I don't like it. It has a different sound than the Marshall Mathers LP, so I'm going to rank each track on this album. No skits, just the 14 tracks, and we are going to disagree. This is my personal ranking of these tracks. I'm not going to go into details because we don't really need to do that. Everybody has their own opinion. If there's a song that you want specifics on, I can certainly respond to comments in the comment section. Smash the like button if you're a fan of Eminem. Share the video with whomever you want. Put this video on any of your social media platforms. Again, don't forget to sound off in the comment section. Just leave your ranking of these 14 tracks in the comment section. Again, everybody has a different opinion. This is mine. We're probably not going to agree. And again, this is not one of my favorite albums. I know a lot of people hold it in high regard. It just has a weird sound to it versus the Marshall Mathers LP, with a few exceptions. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. So, the track that I chose to come in 14th place would be I'm Shady. All these tracks on this album aren't necessarily bad. This is just my least favorite of all the tracks that are on the album. It has some catchy moments, but there's just some goofiness that I myself don't necessarily appreciate. So that's why I chose I'm Shady as my number 14. And again, I don't think it's a bad song. I just think it's the worst song that's on this particular album. Unpopular opinion? Maybe. I don't know. But that's why I chose that as my number 14. Number 13, I'm going to go with Come On Everybody. I know it's got some catchiness to it. I just think it's the 13th worst track on this album. Again, it's not a bad song, but on this album, I consider it one of the worst. My opinion. Come On Everybody, number 13. Number 12, I chose My Fault. This could be last. I don't know. It's got some elements that I don't necessarily like. And again, my opinions are very unpopular, probably, especially when it comes to this particular album. But I just chose My Fault at number 12. Number 11, I'm going to go with 97, Bonnie and Clyde. These are all the songs that I don't like the least on this album. The next songs I relatively like, or like a lot, but these four that I named plus, are these three plus Bonnie and Clyde, 97, Bonnie and Clyde, are just songs that I don't necessarily care for. They're not terrible songs. They're just the worst songs on this album. And again, I'm not really going to go into a lot of details because I don't want to have a 45-minute long video. So 97, Bonnie and Clyde, I chose as my number 11. Again, the next songs from here on out are all songs that I genuinely like or love. And I'll let you know when I start to love these songs. So my number 10, I'm gonna go with As the World Turns. Again, a good song, just in my opinion, the 10th best track on this album, which 10 out of 14 regular songs, tracks, whatever you want to call them. Some would disagree, but that's my opinion, so I'm sticking to it. As the World Turns, number 10. Number 9, I'm gonna go with Still Don't Give a Fuck. It's not as good as Just Don't Give a Fuck, that's for sure. And I feel like it's missing something. It has its moments, but all in all, just not something that I really want to listen to. But it's decent, so that's why I chose it as my number 9. Number 8, I'm going to go with Brain Damage. Again, another really good song or great song, just not one of the elite in my opinion. Although, I could see a scenario where this song gets rated higher, especially if I do a re-ranking, because it's all in the moment of when I listen to things. So Brain Damage is my number 8. My number 7 will probably cause controversy. At least this is the first song that you guys are going to throw things at me. Well, you can't throw things at me, but if I was doing this as a stand-up comedian, I would get apples and stuff thrown at me. But I'm going to choose My Name Is as number 7. I think it's good. I really do. I just don't like it as much as the remaining tracks on this album. I think as the single, out of like the first 4 Eminem's albums, I think it's the worst out of all of them. And I know it. People absolutely love it. I just don't. Again, I share a very unpopular opinion when it comes to this album especially. So that's why I chose My Name Is Slim Shady as my number 7. Number 6, I actually put this higher than I really thought I was going to put it, and that would be Bad Meets Evil, of course, with Royce da 5'9". We got a sequel of that song that I really like on the Bad Meets Evil album, and I generally actually like this album. This album has some different sounds and some different beats. It's like a step up from Infinite, but not much more in my opinion. And I don't know if there's like production value. I don't know, but most of the songs on this album have a different sound to them. This one being one that I actually, for the most part, really like, and that's why I chose Bad Meets Evil as my number 6. Again, there's just other songs that I like slightly better, although on a different day could be higher depending on my mood. My number 5 is a song that I've always liked. Some people don't like it, some do. An old flame of mine, Sarah, absolutely loved this song, and that might be why I like it more than some people. But I'm gonna choose If I Had. It's good. I like it. Again, has a weird production sound, in my opinion, to it, but I genuinely enjoy the song, and that's why I chose If I Had as my number 5. Now, these last 4 songs are songs that I really, really like, and it was hard to rank these. My number 4 could be my number 3 at any given day. At the moment, it's my number 4, and I actually almost forgot to include this. For some reason, I skipped over this song by accident. At the last minute, I realized that I had forgot it, so I'm glad that I included it, because that would not have been good if I would have forgot a song or album or track on the album. I'm going to go with Role Model. I like Role Model a lot. It's good. It sounds good. It sounds better than most tracks on this album. Just a few that are better than it. So Role Model, my number 4. My number 3 is going to be Just Don't Give a Fuck. My friend, well, not really a friend anymore, but my friend Chuck really loved this song. He used to sing it all the time. Slim Shady, bring down like Jim Rady. I'm an M80. You look like the... And it would annoy me, but then I started to listen to it. While I have issues with some things in the song and it sounds off, I do actually like it. And at the moment, it's my number 3, but Role Model, any given day, could be number 3. They could flip-flop. It's what could happen. So, Just Don't Give a Fuck, number 3. Alright, so my final 2 are very close. I absolutely love these final 2 songs. These are my go-to songs, tracks on the album. At the moment, my number 2 is Rock Bottom. I think the song is deep. I think it sounds good for the most part. And it's catchy. It sticks in my head. A lot of these songs on this album don't necessarily sit... A lot of these track songs, whatever you want to call them, they don't necessarily stick in my head. I don't know if it's just me, but this was not the album that I got to know Eminem on. I got to know him on this next album, which I think is 100 times better than this. Again, unpopular opinion, I know, and I'm going to re-rank these albums, and you certainly can disagree with me in the comment section on this video and when I re-rank the albums, but Rock Bottom is my number 2. And by process of elimination, my favorite track on the Slim Shady LP is going to be Guilty Conscience. I absolutely love that song. I don't necessarily like that it changes to different skits in the song, but I do like the stuff that Dr. Dre and Eminem say. It's catchy. It's one of the first songs on this album that I like remembered that stuck in my head, along with Rock Bottom and Role Model, which I can't believe I almost forgot to include that. I don't listen to this album much. It's just the case here. But I like Guilty Conscience. I like it. I think it's funny. I think the rhymes are funny. I think the video is awesome. And that's why I chose that as my number one on the Slim Shady LP. So again, smash the like button. Share the video. Make sure you leave your ranking of these 14 tracks in the comment section. And hey, if you want to tear me a new one because you absolutely love this album and I'm disrespecting the album by doing this video, hey man, it's my opinion. Again, I didn't listen to Eminem on this album. I did, but this wasn't the album that I started with. I started on the Marshall Mathers LP when I saw the Way I Am music video on TRL one day. Before that, I did not like Eminem, but I didn't really hear a lot from him. So these are my opinions. But I'm going to go over this one more time just so you can keep track. Number 14, I'm Shady. Number 13, Come On Everybody. Number 12, My Fault. Number 11, 97, Bonnie and Clyde. Number 10, As the World Turns. Number 9, Still Don't Give a Fuck. Number 8, Brain Damage. Number 7, My Name Is. Number 6, Bad Meets Evil. Number 5, If I Had. Number 4, Role Model. Number 3, Just Don't Give a Fuck. Number 2, Rock Bottom. And number 1, Guilty Conscience. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your name support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.